Peach-faced lovebirds, native to southwestern Africa, first appeared in Arizona around the mid-20th century. The initial sightings in the wild occurred in the 1960s, likely due to accidental or deliberate releases from captivity. These small parrots quickly adapted to the Sonoran Desert environment, particularly in urban areas where they found suitable nesting sites such as saguaro cacti and palm trees. The climate of Arizona, with its mild winters and abundance of food sources like fruit trees and bird feeders, facilitated their establishment and proliferation. By the 1980s and 1990s, feral populations of peach-faced lovebirds were well established in the greater Phoenix metropolitan area, particularly in suburbs like Scottsdale, Mesa, and Tempe. They became a familiar sight, often seen in small flocks or pairs, nesting in palm trees and foraging in residential areas. The lovebirds are believed to have thrived due to their ability to adapt to urban environments and their efficient reproduction rates. They are known for their bright green plumage, with peach-colored faces that give them their name. Their presence has been both welcomed for their colorful addition to the local fauna and scrutinized for potential impacts on native bird species and ecosystems. In Arizona, these birds have become somewhat of a cultural symbol, often appearing in local art and media due to their distinctive appearance and unique history of adaptation to the desert environment. Their story highlights the complex interactions between human activities, accidental introductions of non-native species, and the resilience of wildlife in adapting to new habitats. Peach-faced lovebirds are highly social birds that typically form strong pair bonds. In Arizona, they have adapted well to urban environments, where they nest in palm trees, saguaro cacti, and other suitable locations. They are often seen in small flocks or pairs, feeding on seeds, fruits, and flowers. While initially concentrated around the Phoenix metropolitan area, feral populations of peach-faced lovebirds have also been reported in other parts of Arizona, including Tucson and occasionally in other urban centers. They are known for their ability to thrive in suburban and urban landscapes. The population of peach-faced lovebirds in Arizona has grown steadily since their introduction. Estimates suggest there are thousands of these birds living in the state, with populations continuing to expand as they find suitable nesting and feeding opportunities. The presence of peach-faced lovebirds has raised concerns about potential impacts on native bird species and ecosystems. They compete for resources such as nest sites and food with native cavity nesting birds, and may also potentially affect local plant species through feeding and, in addition to their ecological impact, peach-faced lovebirds have also had a cultural impact in Arizona. They are popular among bird watchers and wildlife enthusiasts who appreciate their vibrant colors and unique behavior. Local artists and artisans often incorporate their image into various forms of artwork, reflecting their status as a recognizable part of Arizona's urban wildlife. Management efforts focus on understanding their population dynamics and potential impacts on native species. Conservationists monitor their spread and interactions with local ecosystems to assess any long-term consequences. Public education efforts also aim to raise awareness about responsible pet ownership and discourage the release of non-native species into the wild. The presence of peach-faced lovebirds in Arizona exemplifies the complex dynamics of introduced species and their interactions with both human and natural environments. Peach-faced lovebirds are native to arid regions of southwestern Africa, including Namibia, Angola, and South Africa. They were likely introduced to Arizona through accidental or deliberate releases from captivity. This introduction is thought to have occurred primarily in the 1960s and 1970s, although specific details about the initial releases are often unclear. While peach-faced lovebirds are known for their distinctive peach-colored face and bright green plumage, they can exhibit color variations due to breeding and hybridization. In Arizona, sightings of birds with mutations such as blue, lutino, yellow, and albino variants have been reported, adding to the diversity of observed individuals. Peach-faced lovebirds are prolific breeders, capable of producing multiple clutches of eggs each year. They typically nest in tree cavities or crevices, often choosing palm trees or saguaro cacti in urban areas. Their nests are constructed using twigs, leaves, and other materials, providing shelter for their eggs and chicks. In urban and suburban areas of Arizona, peach-faced lovebirds have become a familiar sight and are sometimes considered both a nuisance and a delight. They can be noisy, especially during mating season, but their colorful presence adds to the diversity of local wildlife. Some residents actively feed them and enjoy watching their behaviors, while others may view them as pests due to their tendency to raid fruit trees and bird feeders. Researchers and wildlife organizations in Arizona conduct ongoing studies to monitor the population dynamics and behaviors of peach-faced lovebirds. This research helps to better understand their ecological impacts and inform management strategies aimed at mitigating potential negative effects on native species and habitats. The presence of peach-faced lovebirds has sparked community interest and engagement in bird watching and conservation efforts. Local birding groups often organize outings specifically to observe and learn about these birds, contributing to citizen science initiatives that track their distribution and behavior. In Arizona, as in many places, there are regulations regarding the release of non-native species into the wild. While peach-faced lovebirds are established and breeding in the state, the responsible ownership and care of pet birds remain important considerations to prevent unintentional introductions of other non-native species. Overall, peach-faced lovebirds in Arizona illustrate the complexities associated with introduced species and their interactions within urban ecosystems. Their adaptation and survival highlight their resilience, while ongoing research and community involvement aim to balance appreciation for their presence with concerns for native wildlife and habitats.